What's up? Okay, we're now officially live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another live, and welcome back to another episode of the Off Road Campground Podcast. With me, Trails on the Spectrum. So, in this one, we're going to go over some of the top trails to go exploring in 2026 for Halloween. Because summer is winding down, and we are getting ready for Halloween. I should say I'm wearing my Carolina Adventure World hat. It's actually the first place that ChatGPT suggested for families to check out this Halloween. It's Carolina Adventure World. It's up in Winnsboro, South Carolina. And their Halloween date, the Halloween date is Saturday, October 31st, 2026. Best overall choice for an actual Halloween day trip. And probably one of the only ones that does like a hunt or like a Halloween themed trail ride that you can bring your own side by side or ATV is Carolina Adventure World. I mean, they have events like year round for Christmas, Halloween, 4th of July, Veterans Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, any holiday you can think of. They have an event for that, which I think is really cool. I mean, I guess that's why Carolina Adventure World is at the top of their list, is because it has so many different events on their calendar. It's unreal. So does Riverneck. I mean, they have a spring bash. They might have a Halloween type of ride. They might have all kinds of really cool stuff at Riverneck. I think Riverneck is more meant for ATVs than side by side, especially a four-seater side by side. So I don't know. I mean, Carolina Adventure World is the best for a side by side because it's got all those different trails. But Riverneck, I would definitely put at the list for a side by side. It's mainly meant for ATVs because you get the mud holes, and yeah, I think it's just meant for ATVs and four wheelers, which is why it's called an ATV park. A normal side by side probably can't fit on some of those trails because of how small and tiny it is. So, for the top family friendly off road destinations, number one is Carolina Adventure World. You can bring your own vehicle. It's a family friendly park. There's 120 plus miles of trails. There's 4 difficulty levels, making it possible to stick with 2 easier family trails. There's RV sites and tent camping. There's cabins and yurts, bathhouse, food and camp store, night rides, a 5th annual duck hunt, and Halloween bash on Halloween night. So if you really want to find somewhere to spend Halloween night, check out Carolina Adventure World up in Winnsboro, South Carolina. It's between Charlotte and Columbia, South Carolina. So it's between Columbia, South Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina. And they have a kids carving or pumpkin carving on the 10th of October. And then on the 24th, they have a night ride, an October night ride. And that is where the lights come in handy for those night rides. You can see the trail. Carolina Adventure World specifically describes itself as a family friendly, and its 2026 calendar already confirms the Halloween bash for Halloween Day itself. Number 2 is Loretta Lynn's Ranch Fall Ride in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, October 8th through the 11th. Best dedicated for family Halloween riding event. That one is particularly interesting because Fall Ride 2026 is specifically advertised as a Halloween themed ATV dirt bike event. Bring your own ATV. Dirt bikes are welcome. Designed around families. There's 20 miles of trails. Riding for difficult skill levels. Costumes engaged. You can actually encourage. You can actually bring your kids' costumes as well. Campfires, field games, camping, Halloween atmosphere throughout the weekend, and Yamaha demo ride, including Savicides. And it's a ATV and dirt bike. So that's how they describe it: is bringing ATV and dirt bike enthusiasts together for a fun-filled, spooky weekend with their families. But when it comes to Savicides, it's a completely different ballpark, from what I can tell. Because it said I'd verify exact rules for bringing your particular Savicide before making this a Savicide trip. The event information clearly emphasizes ATV/dirt bike trail riding, while Savicides are mentioned for Yamaha demo rides. Number 3 is the Tri-County ATV Halloween Haunted Trail in Pennsylvania, October 23rd to 25th, and October 30th through November 1st. It's one of the coolest choices if the kids are old enough to enjoy something actually spooky. Bring your machine, ATV/off-roading, off-road trail riding, annual haunted Halloween haunted trail, guided haunted night ride, free primitive camping included with a mission, food available, children under 12 free with a paid adult. It's open to the public, and helmets are required for that particular trail ride. Best of all, they are holding a second Halloween weekend, October 30th through November 1st. So you can actually be there on Saturday the 31st, which is Halloween night. During the day, you ride normally. Saturday evening, the trail is closed temporarily because a guided haunted trail with actors before reopening afterward. The organizers say there are no specific restrictions, but advertise parents to use their judgment with small children. Number 4 is Wind Rock Park in Tennessee. This one, they don't really announce a Halloween event. You can bring your own Savicide, ATV. There's 300 miles of trails. There's 7,300 acres of property. Easy gravel road trails suitable for relaxed family rides. Moderate trails. Difficult to extreme trails for experienced adults. There's campgrounds, cabins, RV sites, tent sites, GPS trail map app. And the trails operate 24/7, 365 days a year. So they're pretty much open all the time. And they explicitly says ATVs, Savicides, and other off-road vehicles are welcome. And describes the property as having a family-oriented atmosphere, and riders under 18 are required to wear helmets. By me, even without a Halloween event, you can decorate your campsite/cabin and make this your own family Halloween riding event. For Halloween, I guess they give it a 3 unless a 2026 Halloween event is announced, which barely it does. So that's why I was so kind of confused. Because you can bring your own vehicles. There's 1,000 miles of that's the Half of McCoy Trails. So that's number 5. It's the Half of McCoy Trails in West Virginia. For a big family riding vacation, this is hard to beat. You can bring your own ATV, bring your own side-by-side/UTV. There's 1,000 miles of trails across the overall system. So there's plenty of easier routes. ATV friendly trail towns. You can actually ride to fuel, ride to restaurants, huge selection of cabins and ATV resorts, camping throughout the region, Half of McCoy Trail Rider app, and easy to combine riding with local Halloween activities. The trail network is so large, I pick one region rather than trying to see everything. I mean, for me personally, I have to go somewhere where it's closer to Pittsburgh, so my brother and sister in law can meet us right, there in West Virginia, no problem. Usually that's like Beckley, West Virginia, from what I can tell. For a family with children, I prioritize the easier green/blue routes rather than selecting a system because it has the toughest trails. Number six is the Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort in Pioneer, Tennessee. Bring your own vehicle. There's 600 miles of trails in the area. There's cabins, RV camping, fuel at the resort. There's trail maps and resort states. And it maintains a family-friendly environment. There's strong safety rules. And it prohibits behavior that interferes with a peaceful environment. Number seven is the Busco Beach and ATV Park in Goldsboro, North Carolina. It's a good option if the kids enjoy mud, water, and playing around as much as trail riding. So you can bring your own vehicle. There's camping, wooded riding, mud and water riding, beach/lake environment. Fishing works well for family groups. It's more of a giant off-road playground than the mountain trail experience you get in Windrock or Half of McCoy, or the hill trails that you get at Carolina Adventure World. Number eight is the Outback ATV Park in Laurinburg, North Carolina. You can bring your own machine. There's ATVs. You can actually bring ATVs side by sides. Camping. There's wooded trails, mud riding, and large riding property. And it specifically states that it doesn't rent machines, so it's very much a trail your own ATV/side by side destination, which is perfect because I live here in South Carolina, and it can be very easy to trail in the North Carolina area. Deep Creek ATV Park in Linden, North Carolina. Bring your own machine. There's trail riding. There's family friendly atmosphere. A weekend destination and reasonable option for the Carolinas. Number 10 is Riverneck, where me and my dad usually go. We've been there like 3 times. Once in early November, mid November, and late January into early February. It's much closer, a much closer South Carolina possible if you don't want a huge road trip. You can bring your own vehicle. There's no machine rentals, camping, cabin infrastructure. There's trails, mud riding, and special event atmosphere. So this is the one. I guess this is why me and my dad don't really like Riverneck as much because it leans more towards mud and special riding than a quiet family trail ride atmosphere of Windrock or Halva McCoy. So they'll put it lower on the family Halloween list. So it's more off roading and I guess backwoods riding than anything else. Number 5. The top 5 is Carolina Adventure World. Best combination of family riding and camping. Confirmed Halloween Bash on October 31st. Number 2 is Loretta Lynn's Ranch Fall Ride in Tennessee. Possibly the best Halloween themed family off-road event itself, October 8th through the 11th. Number 3 is Tri-County ATV in Pennsylvania. It's the best actual haunted ATV trail, including Halloween weekend, October 31st through November 1st. Number 4 is Windrock in Tennessee. It's the best choice for an enormous trail system and family riding vacation. And number 5 is the Half of McCoy Trails up in West Virginia. And it's the best choice for turning Halloween into a several day family ATV / side by side vacation. So they're a best match for different ages, little kids, Carolina Adventure World, or Windrock up in Tennessee. older kids, Carolina Adventure World, Windrock, and the Half of McCoy Trails up in West Virginia and Virginia. Kids who love Halloween but don't want something terrifying, Loretta Lynn's Fall Ride. Older kids slash teens who actually want to be scared. Tri Counties ATVs, Haunted Trail. Family primarily interested in riding the Windrock or the Half of McCoy Trails. Family that wants Halloween activities and riding on the 31st itself is Carolina Adventure World. For Halloween 2026, specifically Carolina Adventure World jumps out as the strongest match because Halloween falls on Saturday this year, and Carolina Adventure World has already scheduled its 5th annual duck hunt and Halloween bash for Saturday, the October 31st. You can bring your own machine, and there's 120 miles of trails, plus cabins, yurts, RV sites, and tent camping. And since you're looking this far ahead, I can also keep an eye out on new 2026 Halloween ATV slash side by side events in South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia, and Georgia. As parks announce, we'll actually do that. Watch for 2026 Halloween rides, which I think is really cool. Use precise location only when using the app, so we have to keep it running all the time. Done. I'll check daily for newly announced family-friendly 2026 Halloween slash ATV slash side-by-side rides and events in South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, for West Virginia, Virginia, and Tennessee. Especially places where you can bring your own machine, and they'll notify me when something meaningful is announced. Usually it's like the same old, same old. But when it comes to going and prepping for these events, now that we've come up with our list of different places you can go for Halloween, you'll have to get the kids, especially if you have kids, you can get them a Halloween bucket, a costume, decorations for your machine, your cabin, your RV, your tent, or anywhere. I mean, there's so many different places or different things you have to do to prepare. I mean, if you're going for a really long weekend, always make sure you have your fluids, make sure you have all your services done in advance, and make sure you have fluids, your filters, your belts, anything that needs to be replaced and checked before a big weekend like Halloween. Especially if you're going to places that have hundreds or hundreds upon hundreds of miles of trails, that could be a lot on your machine. And make sure it's street legal for those places that we announced that, or that we said in this list, where you can try to restaurants, gas stations, anywhere that your side by side is street legal, you can actually ride and make sure you have it inspected. Especially for us South Carolinians, we have 2 or 3 more months before we actually go and get our machine street legal. Ours isn't until November. Yeah, our registration isn't until November. So for us fellow South Carolinians, we have to wait till November to get it street legal. Until then, we can't really take it on the road. Even if we go to the Half of McCoy Trails, we'll need blinkers, a horn. We need all kinds of stuff to be put onto the side by side before November when we make it street legal. Like, we need tires. We're going to get street legal tires, a horn, turn signals. We already have rear view mirrors. We have a yeah, we have a rear view mirror. We have side mirrors. We need seat belts, which I think we have a 4-point harness. I don't know if that considers as street legal belts. We'll see. We got 3 more months until we do that. We got plenty of time to make it street legal, especially with this far in advance. And we're trying to plan ahead and see what else we need from the machine. And of course, we already have something for the Sabbath side, and that is a 16 gigabyte flash drive. Especially if you want entertainment in your machine, you have an infotainment screen, and that has a USB port. You can plug in a 16 gigabyte USB stick. You can plug in a USB stick with your favorite music and have music for hours. And since we're talking about Halloween, you can actually put Halloween music on here, like build a playlist and put it onto a thumb drive. Yeah, you plug it in and you're good to go. Like a lot of my Halloween music can be put into a playlist and then copied over to this USB stick before my Halloween ride, which I barely go riding on during Halloween because of all the people that are going to be there. And this is actually a good off-roading option. This little teeny tiny flash drive is a good off-roading option just in case you might need extra music. Or what I can do is I can actually come to my iPhone here, go to Apple Music, and then come to the library playlist, and I can look up Halloween, and then download that playlist for offline listening. And this one playlist will give me 11 hours 29 minutes full of Halloween hits. We actually redid everything. We actually edited this playlist, especially when I was making my Halloween mixtape. We were doing a little bit of editing, but it looks perfect. Yeah, we found albums and stuff that would go onto the cassette, which has nothing to do with it. But I guess it kind of went over to the phone as well because it's all through Apple Music. So I can actually download and have 11 and a half hours of music even when I'm offline. Or have Halloween music on a USB stick, like a thumb drive. This is for music that you actually own, like on CD, through downloads to whatever. And it's all going to be on this one USB thumb drive. So that is actually one of the things you can actually bring with you on your trail rides, especially up in the mountains, and you won't have any cell service. You can download a playlist offline beforehand, or get your music on a USB stick, like this one, which I think is really cool. It kind of is like a soundtrack to your trail rides. Like find some family-friendly, kid-friendly music to play in your machine for the kids, but still make it fun and enjoyable for you as the adult, as the parent, especially on a small 16 gig USB stick. And then later on, I might add some Halloween music to this 16 gig USB stick and hope for the best. We might take that and convert it all to an MP3 on, put onto the USB stick for more versatility is having the MP3 file instead of a high quality M4A or AAC or those type of files that are lossless and may not be compatible with one another. So might as well just put them into MP3. And this is all for your trail rides up in the mountains in Carolina Adventure World. Because, especially Carolina Adventure World, you're up on a hill where cell service is probably weak. And it's not that great. But I guess for a lot of modern streaming services, the best thing to do is to download your dedicated playlist offline on your phone and stream it wirelessly to Bluetooth. Because even with off-roading applications, you can still download a playlist off of your streaming service and download offline. I think that's more an easier way to get Halloween music is to build your playlist beforehand, download it offline, and you're ready to go. You have a nice family-friendly, kid-friendly soundtrack for your trail rides, so it's not too quiet. But the whole point of this is to, especially with Halloween night being on a weekend where the kids don't have school until Monday, which will be November 2nd, November 3rd? Yeah, November 2nd. Because that Sunday is November 1st. And they don't have to go back to school until early November, right after Halloween. And since it falls on a weekend, you can actually go and have some fun with your kids that weekend, making it, into a trip where your kids can go riding with you. If they're old enough, they can go riding in their own machine, like the Razor 200 EFI or any other kid-friendly machine, or a kid-friendly ATV or side-by-side, whatever is perfect. What's really cool is older kids are more independent. I guess that's why they chose to make side-by-sides for a lot of younger, side-by-sides for older kids who want to be more independent and not really ride with their family. So for someone like me who has two other siblings, my parents, good luck. It'll be really hard because it's a four-seater. Yeah, I have a four-seater machine, and there's my mom, my dad, me, my brother, my sister. That's five of us. My sister-in-law and my future brother-in-law. That's seven. That's seven of us, and we can't fit in that kind of side-by-side. I mean, that is kind of a sacrifice to make, especially if we're gonna be gone like all day. I don't know what would happen. Get another machine for the other ones to ride in. I don't know. If I go to the Half of McCoy Trails in West Virginia, Half of McCoy's in West Virginia. Oh, it's supposed to be if I go to the Hatfield and McCoy Trails in West Virginia with me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my brother-in-law. That's seven of us. We can't fit into one four-seater RZR. I mean, that is a... Well, here we go.
Right? With seven people, one four-seat RZR definitely won't work. For a Hatfield McCoy trip with you, your mom, dad, sister, brother, sister-in-law, and brother-in-law, you'd need at least two machines.
Oh,
For example, a four-seater plus another four-seater would give you 8 seats, so everyone could ride with one spare seat. That could actually be nicer than trying to put everyone into one huge machine anyway. You could split the family between the two RZRs, carry gear in both, and swap drivers slash passengers throughout the day. And since you'd be bringing your own machines, you could keep the two RZRs together as your little family convoy on the Hatfield McCoy Trail System.
wow. So that could be something. I mean, we'll probably have to rent a machine while I bring my own machine. I mean, this is kind of confusing. We'll have to figure out who wants to go ride and who doesn't. So that's kind of like a hurdle to go over, especially if you have a larger family, especially if the kids are all grown up and they have their own significant other, like a husband, wife, or whoever. That could add more and more people to the trip, especially for Halloween, and you all want to go riding together because it's a family event. You'll probably have to get another machine. But I guess it depends on how big the family is and how many machines you have to win the tank. You have to take the members of your family and kind of multiply it by the number of machines. That's be kind of hard. Especially if you have multiple kids. Like one parent can drive one machine and the other parent can drive the other, while the kids sit in the back or be a front passenger or whatever. It's got to work with whatever is in your best interest and your best schedule. Like for me, would have to need two four-seater machines, my razor and another machine that's probably rented or something different. Because if we look at my machine, because my mom took a picture of me and my machine, so as you probably see from this picture, there's me. There's gonna be a front passenger and two back passengers. So my entire family can't fit in this one machine. So that is gonna be kind of difficult for a Halloween ride. So that'd be kind of a difficult plan. You never know when this might come our way and might happen literally down the road. Wow, we've gone longer than my last live stream, I guess because I had to get dressed. Oh man. So yeah, finding the best trail ride and finding a way for your family to all have fun so they're not left out and not stuck in the cabin while you go out and go riding, because then you could be hundreds of miles away or whatever, and you know you don't want to forget anyone. You have to have multiple machines. For me, we only have one machine. We would either have to go and rent a machine from the trail system, like finding ones that actually have rentals, but also pack my own machine. That's gonna be the hard part. I mean, we can't spend another how we can't spend that much money on a second machine. That'd be hard. So having a four-seater machine, yeah, that's me difficult because it's a four-seater. It could be me, my sister, my brother. I don't know. I mean, that's just be insane. or me, my dad, my mom, and then my sister, brother, brother-in-law, and yeah, we don't need two machines. So coming up with something is very difficult, especially when I go run this Christmas, or if we decide to do something this Christmas and we decide to go riding at the Havell McCoy trails or go somewhere where we can actually go riding, that's gonna be hard, very difficult, especially as a whole family. You would need two different machines, my own machine and a rented machine to fit the extra passengers. I mean, this is insane. We should definitely talk about that in the next episode or so. Is talk about different obstacles we have to overcome to get everybody on the same page and get everybody on the trail so everyone can have fun and not be left out. Usually it's just me and my dad when we go trail riding. But for something big like the Havell McCoy trails, yeah, I definitely want the entire family to experience every single bit of the trail ride. That is going to be difficult. I mean, if it's just me, because I know my sister and future brother-in-law will be in Florida, so that's kind of a wow. Yeah, they're gonna be miles and miles away, and the only ones extra that'll be coming with us is my brother and sister-in-law, because they're coming from Pittsburgh. So we probably need my four-seater and a two-seater machine, or rent a two-seater machine so they can follow behind us, so each of us can drive on the trail, because we can't all fit in a four-seater. Wow, that is going to be difficult. So I'm thinking in my head all these different options and trying to come up with the perfect option for what's to come, you know, down the road. Especially as we head to Christmas and my dad was taking the Havell McCoy trails up in West Virginia. Because we can't fit everybody in my four-seater side by side. It's like we can't fit everyone in different cars. Like when we go somewhere, we have to meet them somewhere because everyone can't fit into one car. Like my mom's Ford Fusion, no one can fit in there except for the driver, the front passenger, and probably three back passengers. So two, about five people. It seats up to five. Or my mom's Buick Vista, same thing. My dad's truck, same thing. I mean, my dad's truck can fit the exact same passengers, especially if we're just taking one vehicle to all these different trail systems and parking and taking the side by side off. Everyone can fit in a one side by side with one truck seat open. So four people can fit in the truck, and those entire same passengers can fit in the side by side. But if we have extra people, we will probably need to rent a machine so we can have extra people riding with us on the trails. which is very difficult. I mean, this is something that I need to share with my entire family, regardless if they like trail riding or not. So it's very difficult, especially for Halloween, because family, Halloween is supposed to be a family friendly event for trail riding and doing the duck hunt, the scavenger hunt, or whatever. But usually, me and my dad usually don't plan a Halloween trail ride at Carolina Adventure World or River Neck or wherever. It's hard, especially now that my sister's wedding is during the Halloween and we got that to take care of. We probably might do something over Christmas. We'll probably do the same guide when Christmas rolls around and talk about some of the same, I guess, family friendly, kid friendly places to go for Christmas, because I know they'll be out of school for Christmas and they won't go until after the new year, and they got plenty of time to hang out and go riding before they go back to school for the second half of the school year. I mean, Christmas is definitely one of those special times of year to go trail riding. We're going to, because we'll talk about decorating your side and we'll talk about music to put onto a thumb drive. That's gonna be easy. Is to find my Christmas albums, load them up onto the flash drive, and we're good to go. Or download my Christmas playlist off of my phone and play them through USB or through Bluetooth. One of those options would be perfect for playing my Christmas music. So we'll do more of a Christmas guide later on this fall or even into the winter when we kind of discuss more of a Christmas themed ride. And it looks like I'm actually unmuted, which is good. I just had to make sure I was unmuted, because I don't want to be spending over an hour not being unmuted. So we'll kind of do a little test here. We'll come over here to the Trails in the Spectrum. Come to me. Oh. Come to Visit Channel Live. And here's my... Here to the Trails in the Spectrum. Here's my current live. Top trails to explore this Halloween. I mean, come on, guys. What are you guys doing? Make sure you... And before I forget, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and help me slay that YouTube algorithm. This... this particular YouTube channel needs to get off the ground and really be a well-established off-roading, trail ride, side-by-side channel. Not just for side-by-sides, but also for Surrey bikes. I think there might be a possibility I might get a Surrey bike at one point or sometime down the road. We don't know when, but I would love a Surrey bike, which is why I call myself Trails in the Spectrum, and kind of fits really well with my uniqueness, and that kind of, this particular episode, how autism helps me on the trails, kind of fits within the Trails on the Spectrum. I mean, as someone who is autistic, I love the kid friendly slash family friendly side of Halloween instead of the spooky, scary side of Halloween. Like I like going to places like Halloween Adventure World, and I love what they do with their duck hunt and their night ride, and just having something family slash kid friendly. You can bring your family and share within that experience of going on these different trails in different off road parks over time. So when it comes to certain events, I like stuff that's not too scary or gory or anything like that. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. But yeah, before I forget, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you can get notified when I upload a brand new video, when I start going live, hopefully soon. So, yeah, make sure you help me slay that YouTube algorithm, because you never know when I might upload a brand new video, or when I start, when I do another live stream, and help me slay that YouTube algorithm, because you never know. You can never know. I'm just saw something on my news feed about my old school I used to go to as a child. Not knowing I would be here today, sharing my knowledge with you guys. But yeah, there's different trails like Half of McCoy's. There's Carolina Adventure World. There's Ren Rock in Tennessee. There's also Durhamtown in Georgia, but that's more. I haven't really been to a lot of these different trails except for the ones here in the Carolinas, like Riverneck and Carolina Adventure World. We usually take a break during the summertime since my dad's always working, my mom's always working, we're always working, and that kind of is a huge bummer because I really want to go out and venture out, not just in the fall and the winter and the spring, but also the summer. Regardless, so this fall, when Halloween comes around, there's always something for everyone. People who are just fans of ATVs and dirt bikes. There's trail systems for people who just have side by sides, like myself, as of right now. I mean, there's so many different trails to go exploring. And according to ChatGPT, the top contender for them is Carolina Adventure World, which is fine because they have scheduled Halloween slash fall events for September, October, even going into the winter, November, December, and it starts all over again. I mean, they pretty much have everything planned out. That's how good they are. And plus, they have 100 plus miles of trails. It's more of a trail, like off road park type of thing instead of a full on trail system you can go exploring the world. You're pretty much on a hill trying out all these different trails. You can go camping. There's a bar inside in the welcome center. The check where you check in. There's a gift shop. They have concerts there. They have all these different special events, and it's huge. Me and my dad can go off roading for days. Even though we hit the same trails twice or three times in one trip, it's just the capabilities of my machine. It'd be really hard to conquer the hard trails to stay on the easy trails, which is Trail 4 with all the hills, and the off-roading trails are on Trail 6. Trail 6 is kind of the more curved, more off-road trails, and then of course the more hilly trails are on Trail 4. Those are the ones I usually go to. There's also a service road to get to all these different trails in Carolina Adventure World. And then you have multiple trails that lead to the main trails, which is Trail 4 and Trail 6. Those are the ones I mostly go to. And they're very tight. Some of them are one way, some of them are two way. Some have, like, especially when you go up a hill, there's two different ways down the hill. Over on this side or over on this side, which is more complicated. It's hard to get through. So getting on this side is it's the easier option of going down the hill and getting back to camp and getting back to the parking lot. But, it's all for the fun of going and, exploring the outdoors, enjoying the outdoors, enjoying the fresh air, and enjoying your machine. I mean, that's why I buy a side-by-side, or why my parents helped me buy a side-by-side, because it's something that we can all do together, but also have something I can replace my golf cart with. And it's been fine ever since. I've always been telling my dad time and time again, the side-by-side that we picked out has been way better than both of my golf carts combined. And I had two of them. I had a 2003 E-Z-GO back in 2006, and the other's a 2017 I got in 2020. And a lot of them were quite old. So each of them were like 3 years old. I think both of them were 3 years old. So we got 2017, 18, 19, 20. Yep, both golf carts were 3 years old. And that's why I didn't really enjoy them as much, because they need a lot of work being 3 years old. The batteries were 3 years old. Everything was 3 years old. Even though they maintain a lot at Graham Golf Cars up in Myrtle Beach, in North Myrtle Beach, they take care of their machines. But sometimes having a golf cart that's 3 years old, especially an electric only one, it's been more of a pain than anything else. With also, one thing you need to bring for your trail rides is an extra full tank of gas, especially in a little gas can or gas container. Put it on your trailer, and then pull up and then fill it up. I have one of those with the actual pump that you would see at a gas station, a little hose or nozzle that you would see at a gas station. You would pump it using the little thing here. You would put it into the gas tank and then fill it up to 100%. You're on your way. Always bring an extra full tank of gas. I mean, if you know you're going to run low on gas, take a break. Go to a gas station, fill it up, and you'll be back on your way. Especially if you go to the Half of McCoy trails. You can always stop for gas. Or at least find a gas station near you. Or at least find the closest gas station. Go to the gas station, fill it up, and you'll be back on your way to the Half of McCoy trails. But then you have to go the same place you came, and it takes a lot. But I guess it's always good to fill it up beforehand. Even though we're not going to be in the same, we're going to be mainly in the same area as where we, parked our truck or whatever vehicle you decide to bring. It's perfect. So, having a full tank of gas is very easy, and it's basic common sense, especially if you have a gas-powered machine like I do, the Polaris RZR XP 4-seater 1000, which is the naturally aspirated 999cc motor. I can just fill it up with gas and be on my way. With a golf cart, that took forever to charge. It took hours to charge. And sometimes the batteries can be overcharged and it won't start. Because I know that happened before when I was going to go out and, drive my golf cart. But boom, next thing you know, it won't start. It won't turn on. It won't power up. That's what's crazy about electric vehicles like golf carts. I'm not really a big fan of electric vehicles like the golf cart. Even though they use those 12-volt batteries, those can even die anyway. So it's really hard. At least with my side by side, I can fill it up with gas and be on my way. Even if I'm know I'm gonna run low, I can just fill it up with gas. Even though you can do the same thing with a gas powered golf cart, but then that's a completely different story and a whole different ballpark. But that's just something I've been telling my dad time and time again of how much I love my side by side compared to my old golf cart that I used to own way, way back in the day. That I've been doing a lot more with the side by side than I ever did with the golf cart because the golf cart never left my yard or the neighborhood. It never left the neighborhood or my yard. It never went out exploring since we brought it home. But the side by side, we've been putting on the trailer and taking it to all these different trail systems, like Carolina Adventure World and Riverneck so far. We still got a lot more to explore, like Georgia, Tennessee, West Virginia, North Carolina. There's other different places to go exploring. So I need to know when that we're going to go and plan on a trip. And maybe stay in a cabin in places like Tennessee and Georgia where it's going to be in a completely different state. And it's not even... the only place I can go on a day trip and be back home before the end of the day is Riverneck Acres in Florence. I could be home in like an hour or two, maybe even less than that. We could be home before the end of the day, like before dinner. Like we can go early in the morning, go ride for a little bit, and then come home before dinner. It's that easy. That is the easiest trail to get to is Riverneck. The rest, you have to make a day trip out of it. West Virginia, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina. Yeah. If we go to ChatGPT again, trail systems, or how about this? How about some off-road parks / trail systems that are near? We'll type in my address. That I can go on for a day trip and be back home before the end of the day. And the other one is probably Riverneck. Usually when we go to Carolina World, we like to... Okay, so yes, from your part of Conway, there are several places close enough you can load up your RZR in the morning, ride for a good chunk of the day, and still be home that evening, I consider roughly 2.5 hours each way the outer limit. For a comfortable day trip, beyond that, you start spending almost as much time towing as riding. The first place would be Riverneck Acres in Florence. It's probably the most practical, full size, side by side day trip destination near Conway, which is why me and my dad go there in the first place because it's somewhere I can go for a short ride and be back home before my dad has to go back to work. They specifically welcome ATVs and UTVs. You bring your own machine and they advertise 16 miles of trails ranging from easier wood riding to water and serious mud. From Conway, I'd budget roughly 1 to 1 and 1/4 hours each way, depending on exactly where you leave from in traffic. That means something like leaving home around 7 to 7:30 a.m., arrive around 8:30, ride most of the day, and still be home comfortably that evening. I've never heard of Battery Off Road Park in Nesmith. It's specifically appealing because it's much closer than the big mountain destination Battery Park. Currently advertises 34 plus miles of trails plus more than 20 miles of open trail. And current trail information lists UTV side by sides, including racers, are permitted. I would roughly estimate an hour or less from Conway, making this arguably the easiest true riding park day trip. Their site currently lists 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily, although I'd still call before hauling because schedules can change for rides and special events. So, another one we were talking about is Outback ATV Park in North Carolina. It's the third choice. It's further away, but still reasonable for a Saturday day trip. It allows ATVs and UTVs and side by sides. It doesn't require to rent. It require you to rent anything. You bring your own machine. It has wooded trails plus mud and water riding. Described as family oriented, with riders frequently mentioning children enjoying the park. From Conway, it's a 1 3/4 to 2 hours each way. Another good North Carolina possibility is Cape Fear ATV Park in Elizabethtown, or near Elizabethtown. It's a private riding park geared towards ATVs, dirt bikes, and side by sides with trails in MX area. It should fall around 1.5 to 2 hour each way from Conway, making it another legitimate leave in the morning and come home that night destination. And another one they say is Carolina Adventure World. It's certainly doable, but at Winsboro it moves into approximately 3 hour each way range from Conway. It's fantastic with 100 miles of ATV/UTV trails, but I'd personally save it for either a very long day or an overnight weekend rather than treating it like your regular local riding spot. Yeah, that's what me and my dad do. When we go to Carolina Adventure World, we pretty much stay overnight. Another place is the Bucksco Beach and ATV Park in Goldsboro, Deep Creek ATV in Fayetteville/Linden, North Carolina, Cape Fear ATV Park near Elizabethtown. We already said that. Outback ATV Park in North Carolina, Battery Off Road Park in Riverneck Acres. I mean, Carolina, our Riverneck is more of our local like day trip destination, and Carolina Adventure World is somewhere we would go for a lot of overnight trail excursions because it takes an hour to hour and a half each way for both Trail 4 and Trail 6 and go riding and, go camping and stay overnight because there's so much to do at Carolina Adventure World that we can't make it in a day. Because you pretty much have to go from between Columbia and Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's really hard to make it one way or another. So me and my dad one day will look up different trails to go on this winter, even if we want to go on a day trip. But since since Sam's Corner, where my dad works, we close for the season and won't open up until the spring. And I think we'll have plenty of time for a lot of overnight, multi-day trail rides, especially in the winter. Like after the wedding in probably November, December, and I mean we'll have plenty of time to go trail riding over the course of the winter. The fall, not as much. My dad's still working. We got my sister's wedding to prepare for. I mean, we got so many different places to look forward to. We got a lot of things to look forward to before we go on our big first trail ride at Carolina Adventure World. As you're probably seeing, wearing the hat, the camouflage hat they sell in the gift shop. So make sure you pick yours up. You can even find all these different, like, patterns and different designs for the Carolina Adventure World. You can even get some merch. I mean, I even have a shirt that says Carolina Adventure World to show my love of the the park. As you can see here, this is my hat that says Carolina Adventure World, and it's camouflage, and it says CAW for Carolina Adventure World. I think that's really cool. I mean, these are really cool looking hats that you can find in the gift shop. Which usually we don't buy this stuff until we park the truck, unload the side by side, and we park up to the parking lot over by the Welcome Center, and we go we go and do some shopping for a little bit. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff in the little mini gift shop. It's not really a full gift shop, but it's just a little area for all the merch. And their trail rides, whew, they're fun. I mean, you cross a creek and go on to Trail 6 or go this way to Trail 4. I mean, it's like multi-way, multiple different ways. After you cross the creek from the parking lot, I can't wait to start going back again and do some videos for you guys. We got the GoPro Hero 13 Black. As you can see here, this is the bag that it comes in, the little carrying case that I like to put it in. I actually bought this separate, this carrying case. And here's my GoPro Hero 13 Black. I like to charge this thing up overnight and then record the trail ride and then turn it off once the trail is once we are done riding the trails, we can go. This is where my computer will come in, and for my next trail ride, we've got this to watch movies on. Since I won't have any internet, this is another bag we can carry, and that is my portable DVD player. Even though I can use something like VLC or a third-party DVD or playback app for the Mac, I can use this to watch movies because it's more simplistic, it's more versatile, and it's a lot smoother than using VLC. It's a lot better than using VLC. Where I can use my computer to edit footage off of this GoPro Hero 13 Black and have two different devices to handle multiple tasks, like my computer for video editing, as well as use my portable DVD player for watching movies during my downtime in my cabin. Because I think we're gonna have a duplex. My parents will have a cabin, and I'll have a cabin. And I think for my phone, we can actually do a little mini tour, like make it into a full blown vlog. But we're not. Yeah, we're probably not gonna record the entire time, so we can fit all the footage onto. I guess if we do record, we can just put everything into one big vlog, because we haven't done that before. Maybe we can try out that formula and see what we got, instead of just posting the raw footage from the camera. I mean, that'd be a lot more. I mean, that's gonna be a lot of work to take all the raw footage from here and then cut it into different pieces where we don't see any stopping or anything. I need to do better at making videos for you guys, especially at Carolina Adventure World, and maybe do some new trails, whether it's Durham Town in Georgia, Windrock in Tennessee, and half of McCoy trails, and just do all these different trails, make them into a big whole vlog. And like when I had this, YouTube channel, before we had it verified, I had to do multiple videos. My getting there, and of course the actual video being the I guess recap style videos, where I would record the entire day and put them all into the GoPro app and do like an auto edit, just to save on time and get the video out to you guys directly. But now that we're verified, we can do a really long vlog and premiere it like a live stream, like we do right now. Instead of me talking, you can see my entire trail ride from start to finish, like live. We can comment on it. We can really chat during the trail ride and kind of give some reactions on what you're seeing in the trails. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys probably in the next one, which will be about, I guess, overcoming obstacles when you're trail riding. Whether it's bringing a big family and not having enough seats, or hoping for preparing for the worst. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.